We just got all the tape off. So, oh God, there's more tape. Hey there, YouTube folks. My name is Jason. I'm the founder of freecpapadvice.com and the forum freecpapadvice.com/forum. I also have my business. If you need a little extra hand-holding, we charge you a fee for it. So if you want it free, go to Free CPAP Advice. If you want to pay for more timely advice, go to axgsleepdiagnostics.com. All right, so I'm a registered polysomnographic technologist or a sleep tech. And some of you may know that I have my own mask cleaning product. So here's the evolution. My father had a dirty mask that was disgusting. He had tried some wipes that I did a review of a long time ago, and he said, these are kind of gross because I feel like I'm just smearing stuff around and it never really gets dry, and then there's like this fuzzy stuff from the mask wipe on it. And he wasn't a big fan of having to get every possible surface area. So I invented my own, and it's called Mask Bright. And anyway, you spray it on, it pulls off the oils and whatnot, but you're still left with that problem of how do I dry my mask or tubing after the fact? And what I devised was, let's just use soft microfiber towels. So, I mean, that works. If you're gonna wash your equipment, your CPAP mask and whatever, in a sink using hot soapy water, which there's nothing wrong with that, it just takes time. You pull it out and you still have to dry it. Otherwise, it's gonna potentially mildew and have that stank about it, which you don't want. So anyway, what I was doing is we had soft microfiber towel to dry it out. Now that works, but some people, I mean, even then, you could, how clean is a microfiber towel? You're really gonna wash it every day? And it could still leave some fibers behind. So I have a friend who travels to China all the time. He was born in China. He has very close connections with factories there. And so we started kicking around the idea of, hey, let's try to invent something that just blows air through there. Because a lot of people dry their CPAP masks in tubing by using their CPAP machine. To me, that seems like a bad idea because this is your life-saving device, if you will, the CPAP. And so you don't want to put more miles on it than you need to. Why are you going to leave it on for an extra 15, 20 minutes to dry out this stuff? Maybe even a half hour to dry it out when this is, it's like putting miles on your car that are unnecessary just to run the air conditioning or something. I don't know, probably some people do that crap. I think my wife actually does that, so bad example. But why do you want to put excess stress on the machine that's going to save your life? So what I started pondering is let's have a machine that blows air and all that stuff. So before we decided to get into this, do your due diligence and see what's out there. So I was saddened to say that there's already a product out there. Looked at the reviews, all the reviews were great, and it pretty much did exactly what I was envisioning in my head, but probably better as far as the way it looks. I have not tested it yet, but at this point you're probably asking,
show you in the box, who's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
All right, Brad, chill out. Let's show you what's in the box. Boom! Hurricane CPAP supply dryer by SiestaMed. These guys I haven't reviewed this yet. I haven't even opened it yet. As you can see, this baby's sealed up. Whoop, sealed up. I contacted them. I told them the whole sordid story that I just told you, and I let them know that I'm from Free CPAP Advice. I do reviews sometimes, and they were awesome. They've been so cool to work with so far. Seriously, who sends you a product to review and they don't really even know you? These guys did. I just kind of told them what my process is. I said, hey, I'm just gonna use this thing like any other CPAP user and just offer my opinion. And then hopefully if anyone else has this product, they will chime in and put some comments in the discussion below, or even post them onto my forum for other people. But at this point, we don't know if it's good yet, but that's the cool thing about it. These guys, I've solicited some companies for equipment in the past, usually they're mask manufacturers, and they give them to me begrudgingly after they find out who I am. They'll send them to me. There's some other, well, I'll just mention the name. So I tried to get a machine from So Clean as well because I see that these guys are kind of in the same space, and I have not heard a peep from So Clean. Will that stop me from doing a review? No. But right now, SiestaMed and their Hurricane CPAP supply dryer, these guys trusted me. They apparently trust in their product enough. They think it's gonna go great. Wow, that's great English. They think it's gonna go very well. And as of now, if this thing does what it says, I will be happy. So let's go ahead and open the box. At my work, we use, first we soak it in an enzymatic cleaner, and then we put it in a pasteurizer with some pasteurizing stuff, and it gets up to 70 degrees Celsius, which is like, I don't know, 180 something. Someone correct me, please YouTube, correct me. It's between like 160 and 180 degrees Fahrenheit. So it cooks it pretty well. Then we put it in a sterile dryer. So essentially, from what I understand, that's exactly what the Hurricane dryer is by SiestaMed. It is a sterile dryer. It adds a little bit of heat, and the name, the Hurricane, suggests that I got this off the website. So like the name suggests, it creates a hurricane-like environment inside of this. So instead of just adding hot, like stagnant air, it whisks it around, it sucks in fresh air, shoots out nasty air, and wicks away. Is it wick or whisk? It whisks away, it wisps away. I don't know. It gets rid of all the moisture, gets it out of your mask. And the cool thing, you should actually see their video. They have the hose wrangler, where you're spinning the hose around, and getting all the water out. Well, dude, that is so 1990s. You can't be swinging your hose around. That's inappropriate. It's very inappropriate to swing your hose like that. So what this does is it blows air. It has an attachment in here. I'm gonna open it up and show you because I can simply see it. And I again saw this off of their website with some of their instructions. These guys are using surgical tape. This is the stuff you get on when you have surgery. We just got all the tape off. So, oh God, there's more tape. All right, it's very secure. No, this stuff is so strong. This stuff is strong. Come here, you. Oh my God, more tape, more tape. I'm not kidding. This thing is in there. Tape check. Here's the directions. Right here, we have an attachment that is for the hose to plug in. And I'm assuming you wind it around. You have a little divot here I'm assuming these are for maybe nasal pillows or just any other small accessory that you may have. And then the main basket obviously for your mask. Now, I don't know if these are two separate ones or one whole one, but it looks like this is where the air intakes are. So maybe it looks like there's two. So that filters out all the cat hair from your 17 cats and the dog hair from your weirdly small dog that you carry around in your shirt pocket. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and take this thing to my bathroom. I'm gonna dunk the hell out of a mask. I'll actually maybe put a couple masks in there and just see what it can handle. I'll put in a full face mask. But first I am actually going to read the instructions. All right there, we have relocated to my bathroom after a day. Why? My family comes home at inopportune times when I'm trying to do videos, and quite frankly, it's a little distracting for me. And even though I'm talking to a camera and potentially tens of people, I still get a little squeamish when other people are around. So, here we go. All right, so how does this Hurricane CPAP supply dryer work? Air passes, I'm just gonna read, it's very brief, okay? And then we're gonna go through the directions. I like to read the directions because I wanna be fair to the product and fair to you and fair to the review. So we do as the instructions say, and what exactly is this supposed to do? Air passes through the heating system and is warmed. The warm air comes out of the warm air outlet, fills up the cabin of the Hurricane CPAP supply dryer, and then statically dries the CPAP supplies. Select a firm, level, flat location, at least 15 centimeters from any wall or objects for enough airflow. A little close there, old Jason. I'm not measuring it. That's like, it's more than 15. It's more than 15, all right? It's more than 15. Plug it in, done. Press the left soft button on the control panel once and the dryer will power on. Okay, I haven't cleaned my stuff yet. So I have my full face mask, I have my tube, I have a nasal mask, and I have a nasal pillow mask. I got all the masks, I got some tube. We're gonna stress this sucker. I'm probably gonna pack it too full on purpose, even though I just said I was gonna follow the instructions. So recommendations for best drying results. All items should be pulled apart for cleaning and drying. So it says examples are separate the CPAP humidifier chambers from their base. And if the chamber pulls apart, which most of them do that. Separate the CPAP cushion from the CPAP frame or nasal pillows. Typically the headgear can remain attached to the frame for drying. Good to know, good to know. Okay, place smaller parts in the bottom portion of the basket with the narrower basket webbing. Dude, I called it earlier, did I not? That is exactly what I said that was for. That's exactly what I said that was for. All right, insert one end of the CPAP hose over the hose ports. There's a notched hole which must be kept clear to evacuate excess water in the tubing on each hose port. If you are drying CPAP hoses with a pressure line in them, only place the end of the CPAP hose over the hose port that does not have the pressure line protruding out of the side of the hose end. So I'm assuming what this means is the big fat end of the heated tube dry, you know, the heated tubes, that thing they just say put that on the other side, all right? And also what that says is don't cover up this hole right here in the bottom, which is where everything's supposed to drain. What I said earlier, hello, don't need the instructions. I'm a guy, you don't need the instructions, right? You don't need the instructions. You just mess it up and move on with your day. All right, the pressure line, note, the pressure line should be capped. You know what this is? They're calling the tubing manufacturers stupid, and I like that they're doing this, but they're doing it in a slick way, and I like that. The pressure line should be capped per the manufacturer when cleaning, okay? You say the manufacturer says you should cap it, so by God, you gotta cap it. However, the Hurricane may not be able to remove all the moisture from internal pressure lines in CPAP tubing if you cap it. So don't cap the end, just let it flow through. That's what they're saying. They're saying, avoid the rules for a better result. That's what we're gonna do. At least I think that's what it's saying, I actually don't know. All right, so let's go ahead and get to cleaning. So what I did call you. What I called to say is, when are you coming home? Because I'm in the middle of filming. Are you coming home right now? Perfect, because I could use another probably 10 minutes easily, if not more. All right. Okay, sounds good. Love you. Do you want to say hi to the people of YouTube? Say hi to them. All right, love you. Bye. I told you I always get interrupted when I'm filming, like every time. I just usually cut it out. I'm telling you. All right, so we have to clean this stuff first. Typical setup, we're in a bathroom. In a bathroom! So we have this thing set up. It's clearly gonna be a centerpiece of your bathroom. Honestly, this is small. This is a nice, small footprint. You can easily pick it up and put it under your sink if you wanted to. I was worried when I first saw this. I was like, oh man, that thing is gonna be big. But really, I don't see how you could have it any smaller. And I don't really think it is big. I think it's, and actually it's an appropriate size. But let's try stuffing it with some stuff and then see if it actually is a good size. The product I'm gonna use to clean it, it's not about this, it's about the Hurricane dryer, but it's Mask Bright that you can buy from Amazon.com. Okay, I just had to get that out. Off the cushioning, so this, you pull apart. People say, how do you get inside? How do you get inside here? Well, you spray in there and then you let it run down. But you don't really need to get in there. You want to get the nose part. Yep. We also have the Pico. So nasal mask, nasal pillow mask, full face mask. We got it all. See this? This is how you spray it inside. You stick the nozzle in there and you spray. Just going through the rinsing process, or if you're from Canada, the rinsing process. All right, so those are wet as hell. Now we're gonna do the tubing. Now, here's where the rubber meets the road. Actually, it's not that big a deal. What we're gonna do is spray inside the tube. Fill it with a little bit of water. And done. Then run water through the entire thing. Through the entire thing, and by thing I mean tube. So at this point is where you're like, how do I dry this thing? And this is where the hose wrangling comes in. You go outside and you start swinging it around like a crazy man. Raha, not anymore. Okay, so now you just take the tubing, you plug it in here, and I would make the assumption that you just coil this around. Turn this on, and it automatically defaults to 15 minutes. So you can choose 15 minutes, you can choose 30 minutes, or you can choose 60 minutes. So inside in the instructions, what it said is if you select 60 minutes, there's gonna be a 10-minute period where it's gonna preheat, and then at that point, so actually it's really 70 minutes. These other ones apparently don't preheat, at least I didn't see any instructions for that, for them to preheat. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna let this run for 15 minutes. I'm gonna come and check it, and then after 15 minutes is up, I'll come back, and quite honestly, I'm probably gonna have to add more time because I slam packed this thing. So already I can feel warm air coming out of the back. That's it. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of some other things, and I will come back in 15 minutes. Someone's gonna ask, invariably, how loud is this thing? So right now it is at like pretty much right at 60 decibels. And what it's saying is it's an average or a quiet conversation. But it's $130, which to me is not that bad at all. I think it's actually really nice. In checking it out, I mean, the thing is well made, it's quiet, and I have opened this thing up to stick my finger in like so, and it's like pretty warm in there. It actually feels exactly like the sterile dryer that we use at work. So it's already, I can see definite signs of drying in spots where I was kind of thinking it wouldn't dry. So after an hour, I'm anticipating it being very good. But 135 bucks to have something that dries it quickly and effortlessly and sterilely, I think is a small price to pay if you're a CPAP user and are going to be one for several years to come. Especially since I do notice after reading some more materials, they have a warranty, limited warranty on it, which is always nice. And I do know that these guys have been around for quite a while. So I would anticipate that they're not going to be going anywhere. And really, in speaking with their one of the co-owners of the company, they haven't done any marketing. So, you know, honestly, I'm kind of surprised that this hasn't taken off more with some of the other things that seem to take off and get funding. It's kind of incredible to me when you have something that seems to be doing exactly what it says and is already made. So, all right, we'll be back in a minute once we get past the 15-minute mark.